In this video I'm going to talk you through different web hosts I use and which ones I recommend and why when it comes to hosting traffic equalizer sites. Now I've got a number of websites and I host them in different places with different web hosts for certain reasons. I host some of my sites with pair.com, other sites of mine with thirdsphere.com, and yet other sites of mine with DreamHost.com. And they've all got pros and cons. If you go to Pair, first of all, and click on Hosting Services, what we're most interested in here, or in the first instance, is how much it costs to add domains for web hosting. So if we click on web hosting, and the most popular account type is called the Webmaster Plan. Okay. And actually, I don't know how long this will last, but as I record this, it's free setup. So that's a good benefit. So if we scroll down, what we're interested in here is host multiple domains. Because when creating traffic equalizer sites, you generally don't want to just create one, you want to create many, whether it's dozens, well, a few, dozens, or even hundreds. Because of course the more sites you have, the more niches you cover, the more traffic you get, and the more money you can make, the more income you can make. So be aware of how much it costs to host more domains with your web host. With the Pair, for each domain it's a $15 setup, and then $1 a month per domain, per separate domain. However, okay, let me demonstrate this. If you go to the current specials link here on the right, and if we scroll down, now this may not last, but this offer's been here a good few months at least. They call them virtual domains, which basically means if you add a domain to your hosting account, the more domains you add, the more discount you get off setup fees. So if you add 20 or more, you get free setup. You still have to pay $1 a month per domain to have it hosted with Pair. But if you add 5 or more domains during one calendar month, you can get significant discounts. So that's something to be aware of. And check their specials page if or when you sign up to see if this offer is still going. However, something I should demonstrate about Pair, which is potentially quite a strong benefit. Here I've got my Pair control panel, hosting control panel open. And if we go to domain name management, I've got a few domains hosted with Pair, so let's scroll over. As you can see, each domain I have with Pair is given a unique IP address, and many web hosts do not do this. So as you can see, every domain gets a unique address, a unique internet address. And this potentially has benefits when it comes to getting free search engine traffic. This may or may not be true, because obviously I don't work at Google, so I don't know exactly what's going on behind the scenes. But it may be something to be aware of, and maybe something for you to do your own research on. Having domains on unique addresses can potentially help a site's success in the search engines, can potentially help your site not get banned, and can potentially help your site get more free search engine traffic. Potentially, I say. That may be something you want to try out. Remember, you're going to have to pay, you may have to pay setup fees depending how many domains you have, and you'll have to pay $1 a month per domain to try this out. But Pair give you a unique IP address for each domain. Many hosts have one IP address and then have all your domains on the same IP. So when all your domains are on the same IP address, it's easy for the search engine it's easy for the search engines to see exactly which. Well, it makes it a lot easier for the search engines to see exactly which website you have. Different IP addresses makes it more difficult. And if you're not sure about this, you may want to ask your web host whether they have unique IP addresses for your domains or not. So that's one thing to bear in mind with pair. Okay, let's close the pair page. The next web host I use is Third Sphere. And if we go to the order link, Third Sphere are just under $25 a month. You get a good package. And for each new domain, there's a setup fee, but then it's free after that. So that's cheaper than pair. However, unlike pair, I believe, last time I checked, every domain you add is on the same IP address. So you don't get unique addresses for each domain. So something to be aware of. Okay, and if I go to the Third Sphere control panel, if you go to web hosting options, and then if you go manage your subdomains, or alternatively just add a new domain. Actually, yeah, that's the link we want, so let's click at that. Manage your subdomains is, of course, to manage your existing domains. So add a new domain. Okay. And what you want to choose is the first option, pointing a domain to a subdomain. And if we scroll down, actually you would just have to read this page, of course, and then follow the instructions. The point I'm trying to get at here is here. By submitting this form, I agree that my card will be charged a one-time $10 fee. So it's $10 setup and then nothing else after that. And they call it to point my domain. But remember, last time I checked, you may want to check this, but last time I checked, you'll be sharing an IP with all your other hosted domains at Third Sphere. So that's another option for you. So let's close the Third Sphere pages. The final option, and this is what I use a lot of the time for my traffic equalizer sites, is DreamHost at dreamhost.com. And they have some. Let's go to the compare all plans link. They have some very competitive plans, so you may want to take a look at them. But the real benefit, if we scroll down, is here: domains hosted, unlimited. You can host unlimited domains with them. But again, you're sharing the same IP address as all your other domains. But there's no setup fees and there's no ongoing fees for adding extra domains. And actually, if we scroll down a little, you can see if you want a unique IP address, let me click here. You can actually buy a unique IP address if you want. So that may be a potential option for you as well. Okay, so if I go to the DreamHost control panel, I've got it open here. Okay, and on the left, domains. You would choose Manage Domains. Okay, I paused the video there because it took a while for the control panel to respond. And I've shrunk the window down because on the Manage Domains page, it shows all your domains, but I want to keep a number of my domains private for well, so I don't expose, everything, all the domains I'm currently running for my business, because some of them are private for business reasons. So what we're interested in is the link right down the bottom here. Add new domain, subdomain, so click that. And it should respond eventually. And I can make the window bigger now. Okay. And then you can add a new domain there. You've got to already own the domain, of course. But then you can add it just following the instructions in the control panel here. And there's no setup fees and there's no ongoing fees, but again, you're sharing the same IP address as your other domains, hosted with DreamHost. But as mentioned, I have a number of websites hosted with DreamHost purely for traffic equalizer sites. Okay, so those are the three hosting options I personally use and recommend. And as mentioned, they've all got strong points and weak points for different things. And that's why I have different hosting accounts for different purposes. So you may want to consider those for setting up your traffic equalizer sites. Alternatively, just go to a website like Webhosting Talk. Okay, you can just go to a site like webhostingtalk.com. And even though it's a forum for people who run web hosting companies, if you do a search on a web host's name, you often get useful feedback. So it may be a place to look. So those are some options for getting a web host to get set up with a number of traffic equalizer websites.